Uh, Hi guys, I'm now chatting with, by the way, very good looking, very tall, she's really tall, uh, friend of mine, a woman, and I have now, I know I wanted to do the video earlier as quickly as possible, but she, I was already almost beginning the video, and then she wrote me, so I wrote her a few, I exchanged very lovely messages with her, but now she has not answered for a minute now. She did a break, so I'm using this time to make this quick video, and I'm still very grateful for the compassion of yesterday. Yeah, because it was an incoherent and chaotic thought that where I compared traditional right wing, really right wing people uh, and a so-called ultra progressive fascist idea movement, which is much more dangerous. But I feel I something was wrong or inconsistent or chaotic in this video. It took also a lot of time to upload it. I think something was really wrong, and I almost wept afterwards because I felt my shortcoming, my lack of structure and everything, which will lead to a very unfortunate demise. But hopefully God will forgive me one day for my inability and possibly also lack of willingness to... Now she's writing me again. For my lack of willingness to... Oh... For my lack of willingness to work on myself. But what I wanted to say, it's probably the last really horrible aspect of my personality that I have to confess. And because today I did it again, now she's writing me, I did it more often or more intensively in the past. Now it's gradually being phased out, luckily. And yeah, no, now I remember even more wrong things. Yeah, but I confess it now. It's that I think years ago this happened also when I didn't listen to music. It just happened when I found joy in this idea, and now it only happens when I'm listening to a particular kind of music passage. For example, today I listened, I think, to Vivaldi, and then there was some kind of nervous, energetic, and in some ways also beautiful. No, it was nice music. I mean, Vivaldi is not so. It's just baroque, a little bit old-fashioned music, simple music, but it's the melody and the energy at least in this place of the music, in this location of the music was beautiful. Yeah, yeah. And then what is this idea? I hesitate like to say it. It's so fascist. It's so idolatrous. So wrong in every way. It reveals a lot, as other things. This reveals a lot about me. It's the imagination that I would be saluting like that to an army general, uh, to obey, to salute, to serve him, this army general, and it's not just, and it doesn't matter a lot from which army this army general is. It's just an army general. I have to confess, it's not a Swiss army general, but actually it's the same. If it were a Swiss general, it would be equally damnable. And but it's a general of a foreign army that has the reputation of being very strong and invincible and successful and unsurmountable, and this army general, it's usually one specific army general that I just me remembered or fantasized particularly strongly. This army general, it's not important who it is. It could be another, and it could also be another army. It's just the idea that a strong man, that I belong to a strong organization, and maybe also that I even replace this man one day, or that I become like him, and but there is also, I am slightly confused because I'm not sure if this is really a male issue, because maybe if already high-ranking or top-ranking female generals would be around, I might fantasizing about her also, but then I'm not sure if I would replace her or if I would just approach her and, let's say, interact with her. It's never, because I don't know, at least in this army and also in the Swiss army, there's also no high-ranking army general and no female army general. Yeah, maybe it would be different. Or maybe I would think that I become some kind of female army general, even. Then it would be a combination of male army general and female gender. So, but this is not in my fantasies. This searching for the truth or reflection doesn't happen. It's just always this, or sometimes also one of the other generals in this army that I imagine. I serve him, I salute him. And what I also wanted to do, I even imagined, I fantasized about creating some kind of cult, a religious movement, and in this cult we would have hanged images, pictures on the... I have to answer the woman who has written me, she's waiting. I would have, I imagined to hang pictures of the faces, or, yeah, just how do you say, picture or portraits, portrait. In German it's portrait of these army generals, and then that we in our cult would pray to these army generals. I mean, you have to imagine that. Praying to people, and not just people, and not even politicians, because the politicians are actually those in power of an army, and what an army does. But for generals, the symbol of strength, this is already problematic, but even more of violence, of the most horrible violence that humans do to each other. I mean, imagine that. I have written down more notes, you can see them. Oh, now maybe you saw the name of hopefully you didn't see it. I look. Yeah, if you saw it, I cannot change the video. It's too important. Yeah, it's not it's only his first name here. So please don't. I have to ask this guy first if I can, if I can, if I can use his real initial. And this is already the other topic that I want to do. I think it's better if this guy is on the first position. If there is indeed if we really run for a parliament election, he will be on the first place of the party list, because he's much less or even not at all corrupt like me. Because I would be, if I'm going to politics, I would be immediately corrupted by the whole situation. So I don't. It's better if I'm in the second place and just tell him what to do. And furthermore, I'm also not able to reliably attend parliamentary sessions. But what I wanted to say in terms of this army general, yeah. It must be on this paper. I think this the most important things I already said. I just didn't want to forget anything, or maybe it's a good wording. Yeah, it's written so it's almost illegible. Yeah, this with the female I realized at 8 p.m. and 15 minutes that I wrote here, if female they would have, if there were female generals, they would have been female, as I realized it now. And of course, a female army general that uses, misuses her power, or is equally horrible than a male army general that does that. And by the way, of course, there should be, in the long-term future, there should be no armies, no hostilities, no weapons, no hurting each other anymore. Yeah, but this I just wanted to say, it's a very important fantasy that I had. Yeah, and I also wanted to, in this cult that I wanted to found, I also wanted that the children, especially the children, pray to these army generals. Yeah. And maybe I would have replaced these army generals also by some kind of own army of this cult, so that no longer this other strong army would have been the generals of this other strong army would have been prayed to, but our own army people, defense officials or whatever, or yeah, it's not yeah. In German you say, ich war nicht gut unterwegs. I was heading in a totally, completely wrong direction. And now I'm overweight. I'm so in such an unhealthy state. I have to confess it now, because maybe I have a heart attack or a stroke in the next days, or even next night. You never know. And then it has gotten out, this evil fantasizing and imagination and plans or thoughts, feelings, whatever. So it's now 21 in the evening, 9 p.m. and 27 minutes, so 2127 CET, Central European Time, plus minus 1 minute, and it's Wednesday evening, 14th of November 2018, and unfortunately I ate meat, two sausages tonight, and this is also wrong, because this is a real act, an act that has real consequences, and where animals have to die in a very violent way, in the most violent way possible, being slaughtered. Thanks a lot for watching and bye.